Welcome back to the channel. It's time to fact check the fact checkers. Yes, BBC have BBC Verify, so we are going to be fact checking BBC Verifies BBC. BBC reporting on Heatwave. Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's get into it. So, over the last few days, if you do watch BBC News, actually, this applies to all of them. It does apply to all the mainstream media channels because of this. Have you seen this? These maps that they're showing? With everything's red, everything just basically just boiling, and as the head of UN said recently, global warming is that's so yesterday, it's now about global boiling, right? That's the narrative. There is an issue here because the BBC have been predicting things about the heat wave and the weather, temperature. Hasn't gone down too well, has it? Because it's the exact opposite has happened so far. They got all these headlines, heat wave in Europe and US, ooh. And again, all the fear mongering, everything else has happened. This headline, for example, from 4 days ago, Europe and US heat waves near impossible without climate change. So they're basically saying it is down directly to the changes we've had in the environment and climate, right? The problem with this is that the people who can't even predict what's going to happen in 6 hours when it comes to the weather, they are now predicting the future, right? And we're going to show you the evidence, facts, that it hasn't actually happened. This is about the short-term temperatures. For example, in Sardinia. Okay, they were talking about the island of Sardinia on the 18th of July. Okay, by the way, all this data is thanks to Daily Skeptics, the website. On Tuesday, 18th of July, the BBC reported on its rolling news feed that the island of Sardinia was expected to see a high of 46 degrees in the afternoon. 46, okay? And said there are warnings that extreme heat can continue for further 10 days. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the graph on your screens. On the left-hand side, the first bit is Tuesday, the 18th of July, and the high point is 40 degrees. They said it's going to get to 46. The next day, the highest point was 37, and actually the lowest point got to 26. And then you got Thursday, 20th of July. It went down again, 35, the highest point, and then lowest point, 23. Then Friday, the 21st of July, the highest point was 32, 31, and the lowest point, 24, and it continued. So how did that prediction go? Okay, mistakes happen. It was a one-off. They still said that the rest of Europe will go down. We're all gonna boil. Let's go to the next example. This is about Rome. All right, on the same day, 18th of July, the BBC reported that temperature in Rome could reach 40 degrees and remain above that level for 15 days. Okay? Tuesday, the highest point was 40, right? For about, a few hours, around midday. Next day, Wednesday, 19th of July, the highest point was 37 and lowest point was 29. Okay, maybe it's going to go up. Nope. Thursday, 20th of July, the highest point was 35 degrees, lowest point 27. Friday, highest point 36 degrees. Saturday, 22nd of July, highest point 34 degrees. Why are you still lying to the public about your predictions being accurate? Stop doing this. You're not the god of climate and temperatures. But it's just 2 mistakes. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Next example. Yes, let's talk about Sicily. Oh yeah. But then, you didn't just have the BBC, you even had the European Space Agency, one of the most wasteful organizations ever. The European Space Agency also got involved with the fear-mongering with the BBC, and they reported that their views that not just Sardinia, but also Sicily were expected to hit a high of 48 degrees, right? But, again, this is Tuesday, on the left-hand side, Sicily. 31 degrees was the highest point, and 25 degrees lowest point. Wednesday, 34 degrees, highest point. Thursday, 34 degrees, highest point. Friday, 32 degrees, highest point. And Saturday, 22nd of July, 35, 36 degrees, highest point. What happened to 48 degrees? What? You just come up with random numbers, right? Clearly, your modeling is either completely wrong, as usual, like the last few decades, but you still claim to be accurate. That's the problem. If you're honest with the public, all these, the weather channels and obviously those who actually did, the scientists behind it, if you at least create a better expectation management, say, it's not going to be completely accurate, but we're just going to go with the modeling, and do a guesstimate, then we'll be fine. But you keep pretending that it's going to be accurate and it's not going to be accurate. Okay, maybe that was it. No, it wasn't. There's another one. Alicante in Spain. You remember a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Justin Rolat, who's the BBC's climate editor. He decided to fly all the way from here, London, to Alicante to stand on a rock with the sea in the background, in the sun, to report that Alicante is hot. He could have literally done it in London in the studio, but he paid all that money for his carbon footprint to be everywhere. Get on a flight, go to Alicante on taxpayers' money to report that the weather is hot in Spain during the summer, right? When he was there, another mistake, let's just say, happened because obviously when he decided to be airlifted from there last week from Alicante on the southern Spanish front line, he reported on the 18th of July again that the heat has been relentless and continued day and night. It helps explain why these periods of extreme heat can impose such a burden on people's health, he observed. Rising at 6:30 a.m. to do his first broadcast, reported it was 27 degrees, okay? Now, look at that. This is on the left-hand side, Tuesday, the 18th of July, 32 degrees, 33 highest. Then Wednesday went up, 36 degrees. Then it went back down, Thursday, 30, 31 degrees, 30 degrees, 30 degrees, 32 degrees. And we're still waiting for that 40-ish degrees that they said. They were literally pretending that the whole planet was burning. But there's this issue about Greece. You've had all this chaos with the fires across parts of Greece. And the issue with that is that it's already been debunked. That you have arsonists going around, causing trouble, setting fire to trees, and it happened all the time. And if you do that anywhere, in any warm weather, it doesn't even have to be that hot, just warm weather and dry, then it's going to spread everywhere, right? Somehow, Deborah Meaden from Dragon's Den and one of the queens of Ramonas and EU rejoiners with the Ukrainian flag emoji in her bio for some reason, she said, when someone said it was arson, she said, it might be arson. It was, but yeah, okay. It might be arson that started it, and wildfires happen all the time. Yeah, good to know. But this is not quite the slam dunk you think it is. Unusually high temperatures for prolonged periods are what is fanning it. We are about to see the first countries abandoned due to rising sea levels. You carry on looking up, and I'll talk to the people who know, care, and are taking part in trying to prevent lives, including yours being badly. I thought you were just going to say, I'm going to prevent lives. I'm like, you're just accidentally letting out your plan. Anyway, the problem with this is that the so-called liberal elite, the globalists like Deborah Meaden, they are already doing what they want to do. Mass migration to the West. They are basically promoting policies and ideas to get everybody from the places with bad climates or dictatorships or lack of growth to just all of them come to the West. So why are you so worried about their land? Because by the time the rising sea levels, right? We were talking about that within the next few decades, centuries. If that happens, when that happens, they're not going to be there anymore. Everyone's going to live in Birmingham and London and New York and Paris. And these countries that we're talking about, we're all going to go down. Thanks to people like Deborah Meaden. You're going to destroy everything. And you're still going to complain about it. It's fascinating, the mentality of these people. But I want to focus on the BBC. It was about time to fact check the fact checkers at the BBC. You can't go around making predictions based on something that's mostly a guesstimate based on your scientific models and just claim that it's going to be 100% accurate. That's just bad. It's just bad line. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.